Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are solving another LeetCode problem, that is 2645 minimum additions to make valid string. Before jumping into the solution, I would highly recommend you should read the problem statement on your own and give at least 15 to 30 minutes to this problem. So let's get right into it. What problem is asking that you will be given a string, for example something like this. In this string, what you have to do, you have to make the insertion of either a, b or c to make this string a valid string. What is a valid string? Valid string is the string which has reoccurrence of a, b and c in this sequence: a, b and c, a, b and c, one block of a, b and c, another block of a, b, c. That's what you have to do. So let's change this string to a valid string. So let's insert, let me change the pen, a, c, a. How many insertion we did? I would say 4. 4 is the minimum number of insertion that we can do to make this string a valid string. This much is clear. What we can do, we can insert a, b, c, whichever character we want. The only thing is we have to make this string valid, and valid string is the string which has a reoccurrence of abc again and again. That's what we have to do, and you have to do return the number of insertion you have done. That's it. So let's see how we're gonna take care of that minimum. To take care of that minimum, first we have to check that next character of sequence is present or not. That we have to check. Without checking, we cannot pre-assume anything. For example, if we have something like this, b, c, and this is some string, it is not starting from a, but we required a, b, c. So we will add only +1 insertion over here, not +2. We cannot pre-assume anything that if it is not starting from a, then it will not have b and c. We cannot pre-assume that. Also, we cannot pre-assume that if it is starting from a, that it will have b and c. We cannot pre-assume that. So every time we have to check and only add +1 insertion to it. Why? Because you never know, every other character is present in order to make that sequence ABC. As you can see over here, C was not present. We did add C. Then we check A, then we checked for B, then we checked for C. So there is no insertion required. If you were doing like that, if B is not present, you insert C. If A was not present, you insert B and C. But it is not like that. B is present, C is not present, but you cannot decide that which is not present before checking it. So that's what I am trying to convey, that you have to check. You have to check one by one. That's what I am trying to convey. And constraints are also something like this, where you can check. You can see word length is 50, so you have to check. You cannot pre-assume anything. You have to check. What I'm saying is, you cannot do it with any mathematical formula. That's what I'm saying. You can, but I don't know any of that mathematical formula using which you can do this. But for the scope of this video, you cannot do this according to my knowledge. So what we are doing, we are checking everyone, and this also leads to minimum because we don't pre-assume anything. We only add +1 and check if other character of the sequence is present or not. That's it. That's what we are doing. So let's see how we are doing that. What will be the algo? So we will take a check of type character in which we will start from A. We'll start from A. We start iterate over the string. We'll start iterating over the string. And we will check if this, we taking that string as S, if this SI, the current character, is equals to check, what we will do, we will iterate, or whatever you have I or and whatever you are doing, we will do that. If not present, if these two are not same, what we will do, we will need one addition. And in this problem, you have to return the number of additions you have to do, not the character which you have to insert. So this much is clear. So we have a variable called add, we do add ++. That's it. Now will you be continue checking A? No, I would say no. Now what you have to check? B. So what you have to do, if this check was equals to A, what you do, you increase the check. Why we increase the check? Because if A is present, what next we have to check? B. So this makes it B. If this character is not A, we have checked A, we have checked B. If we have checked B, which character we have to check now? I would say check C. If check character, which character we are checking? If we have checked B, now which character we have to check? C. If check is equals to B, then again check ++. What this leads to, now we are checking for C. Now let's check for C. And after checking for C, we have ABC. Now again this is completed. We have checked for ABC. That's our whole motive, because we need how many ABC are reoccurring in this string. If we have checked C, these three cases are not encountered. What else? If we have checked C, now again we have to check for A. This is what you have to do. Check is equals to A. Now again we have to check for A. That's what we will be doing. There are edge cases. Let me discuss the code, then again we will discuss the edge case. So this is the code. Basic adds, how many adds we are doing? The check, because we have to have some character from which we are doing the checking. So for that we have that char check, which is initialized to A. Basically length. This is a iterator. You can name whatever you want. While loop, iterating till the end of the string. If this character is equals to check, what it means? Iterate further, no addition is required. If it is not equal, what we do? We do add ++, and after that what we do? If check was A. Why we are doing this? Because something like this was happening. We checked for A, we add +1. Will you keep checking for A? Because we need minimum. You have added A, now you have to check for B. Now check has to be updated, that's why. Now which character we have to check, because we are not pre-assuming anything. If A is not present, let's check for B. So that's what we are doing, we are checking for B. So if the check is equals to A, check ++, now this makes A to B. If we have checked for A, similar case, if we have checked for A, now which character we have to check, because we are not pre-assuming anything. That if there is AB, it doesn't mean that there will be C. It doesn't mean that. So we have to check it. So that's why we iterated it. And after that, after checking, we are over at C. If we are over at C, this much string is checked, and we have to check this string. This string is checked. This is unchecked. Again, we have to reset it. To what we will reset it? To A again. So that's what we are doing. We are resetting it to A again. This much is clear. Now let's see what these are the edge cases that we have to encounter. So let's take this one. What we are doing over here is, if there is something like this, A, we checked for A, we checked for B, we checked for C. When we checked for A, this matched and we get out of the loop. But does it have all the reoccurrence of A, B and C? No, it has A, but we pre-assumed that it will have B, C. We are not presuming anything. So if the string end with A, so it means in this case we are assuming that we will have B, C. So we will add +2 because why we are pre-assuming here? Because this is the end of the string, and in the end we have A and we have nothing else, so we have to insert it. What we have to insert? B and C. Same case like this. After that you get out of the loop. If you end with B and there is nothing else, you have to insert C. That's what we are doing. So you can see, if it ends with A, we have to add +2. If it ends with B, if this case is not encountered, you can see else if, then we add +1 to it and we just return the add. So let's dry run this code to have a better understanding. Our test case is like this: BB ABC. Okay, check is A. We are starting from A, ABC. E is over here. Let's start. Now we check B is equals to A. As you can see, check is A. No. What happens? Add ++. Add is over here. +1 added. +1 added. Again, as you can see, we have checked for A. Now what we have to check? For B, because sequence is A, B, C. So we will check for B. That's what happening over here. Check is A. Yeah, our check is A. So what we will do? We increase the check. Now check tends to B. That's all right. Again, we iterate over this loop. This time we check. Yeah, it is equals to B. Now this lines terminate, not terminate, execute. E is iterated further. Now after that we get to this block, and in this block what we have checked B. Now we have to check C. So ++, now we are checking C. This much is clear. Now E is over here. Then we check BB is equals to, not BB, B equals to C. This is not correct. What is required over here? C. So we will add +1 again. +1 again is added. This much is clear. Add +1, then we again get to this loop. What we checked for C. Now again this much is completed. Again what we need? A. So we will use this and A. Again we will check. B is equals to A. No. Again a +1. Again we get this. We checked for A. Now we check for B. B. Is B is equals to B? Yeah. What we do? We iterate E. And we have checked for B. We have checked for B. Now what we have to check for C? This line execute. Now A is equals to C. No. We will again add +1. We will again add +1. This line will execute. Now we again get to this block. After this block we have checked C. Now again we have to check for A. And after that A is equals to A. Yeah, it is. Then end ++. End is over here, and also we have checked A. Now we check B. And again B is equals to B. And same thing happens for C. And after that we just return. And we will check if it is ending at A. Is this string ending at A or B? No, it is ending at C. So we will just return the add. And what is the add? +4. If there is confusion, you can see this is one block and this is another block. One block, this is one block of if else, and this is one block of if else. They are both independent of each other. Only the both blocks will be executed. That's what I'm saying. If there is a confusion how this check ++ and end ++ add ++ is happening. So this much is clear. Basic programming, that is. So now let's submit it and see if it is submitting or not. Yeah, it is submitting quite fast, 100% fast. So if I was able to make my intuition clear to you, so consider subscribing to the channel, liking this video and sharing with others. In the end, you have to do what you have to do. So keep grinding. You guys are awesome. See you in the next one. Bye bye.